My mission is simple, to make you money. I'm here to level the playing field for all investors. There's always a bull market somewhere, and I promise to help you find it. Mad Money starts now. Hey, I'm Cramer. Welcome to Mad Money. Welcome to Cramerica. Other people make friends. I'm just trying to make you a little money. My job is not just to entertain, but to educate and teach you. So call me 1-800-743-CNBC or tweet me at Jim Cramer. We have so many villains in this country that we can fill stadiums with them and quickly run out of room. But Google is not one of these miscreants. It's a company that's been an incredible equalizer, an amazing learning tool, and has a tremendous system that gives you more information at your fingertips than any other company. It's a platform so powerful that the Chinese Communist Party tried to ban it. Too liberating! Yet on a battlefield day where the Dow jumped 432 points, S&P gained 0.71%, NASDAQ advanced 0.60%, Google's stock was crushed. Why? Because the Justice Department has decided it's too powerful, too abusive of everyone, customers, partners, you, me, and it needs to be punished. Maybe it even needs to be broken up. Now, I'm one of those some-of-the-parts stories like Standard Oil or Ma Bell, which actually generated tremendous value for the shareholders. They don't want to create any value here. The Justice Department's antitrust division wants to make it so Google becomes some sort of common carrier of information. They might even want to install a court-appointed technical committee that, according to the government's brief, helps administer the remedies in this action, including by monitoring any circumventive or retaliatory behavior. Why not? If you believe the monopoly ruling from over the summer, Google's a decade-long monopolist that requires a real hobbling, not unlike the hobbling Kathy Bates gave James Caan in Stephen King's Misery. Yes, it is that punitive. Now, Google's an aggressive company. It has big reach. It's got a lot of power. It operates in many markets. But I defy you to find any regular people in this country who think of Google as a bad actor. Google search is the most incredible bargain in the world. And the same goes for YouTube, by the way. You barely notice the toll and charges for anything, right? And, oh, by the way, as for the companies that don't want to advertise with them, you can always make a deal with companies like Trade Desk that we love here very much. Doesn't matter. The brief from the Justice Department filed last night is full of bile toward this company. To read this brief is to believe that Google is kind of a cross between the Lex Luthor or Darth Vader of technology companies. All powerful, unstoppable. Somehow, Justice even makes it sound like Google's dominating markets, that it's losing it. Like the generative AI sites, where many of us would rather go to ChatGPT or MetaEd.ai or Claude or even the dreaded Grok. I don't know what will happen when the Biden administration runs its course, but I got to tell you, I certainly won't miss the ruthless prosecution and hectoring of big tech. The best companies we have, the best companies in the world. We're dealing with companies that have done amazing things for the American people, and yet they're vilified by the Justice Department's antitrust division, the Federal Trade Commission. Think about it. Does the FTC truly want to bring Amazon down this badly because Amazon has hurt other businesses with its cutthroat tactics? Really? Do you know how many businesses have gotten their start on Amazon? In a country that's been ravaged by inflation, do you know how much we're saving by using Amazon? Very hard to deny Prime Big Deals Day going on, right? Amazon's like a one-man deflation machine. It's convenient. People don't have to leave their homes and take small trips to stores to get things that are cheaper when you buy them from the internet. You can order in the morning, and then you'll be there when you get home from work. Amazon's got a web services division that saves businesses hundreds of billions of dollars so they can spend more money hiring people and creating things. If Amazon were really so pernicious, let me ask you, how would there be more than 200 million Prime members? That's what we need to be protected from? Hey, how about the 1.5 million people who have their salaries provided by Amazon? By the way, if you work there, they have unbelievably good benefits. If that's a villain, I say, give me more villains. Oh, you want a real bad actor? How about Apple, which makes such great phones that they effectively trap you in their ecosystem? To me, that's the gist of the antitrust case against Cupertino. Oh, and how much does the government despise that App Store business where Apple gets a chunk of every transaction? How dastardly. Let me tell you something. Without the App Store, it would be incredibly difficult for most subscription businesses to stay in business. It's how you get customers. It's how you keep customers. Did I want to give them a huge chunk of the subscription dollars I earned at TheStreet.com in return for subscribers? Of course not. But I'd rather have 70% of something than 100% of nothing, which was the alternative. We have reason to believe that the Justice Department is investigating Nvidia for its dominance in the AI chip market. What can I say about this one? Nvidia invented the AI chip market. It would not exist without them. Should we blame them for making such an amazing product that it created an entire industry? Remember, Nvidia owns this business because it spent tens of billions of dollars developing the best chips. They made a huge bet on artificial intelligence many, many years before anyone was taking it seriously. But it could have blown up in their faces. The risks were enormous. Should Nvidia fund startups that can take away their market share? Hey, I got an idea. How about a special monitor appointed to the company to ensure that it doesn't get too much of a lead over the competition? No, forget that. I got a better idea. Maybe Justice Department should just demand that CEO Jensen Huang work from home for maybe 4 days only, like everybody else. And then maybe the other guys can catch up. Look, we know these big tech companies are powerful. They're supposed to be powerful. They have tons of customers and hundreds of billions of dollars in their coffers. They have scale and competitive moats and pretty much everything else they need to win, just like we were taught to do when we started a business. But believe me, these companies are the envy of the world. Some of them seem to be the only entities that the People's Republic of China is actually afraid of. So many countries spend so much money trying to prop up companies they consider national champions. But in America, what do? We kneecap them. Believe me, if the courts agree with the justice and the FTC, let me tell you something. Here's what's going to happen. Your prices ain't coming down. They're going up. We hurt these companies too much, and we don't have to worry. The PRC will come in with something subsidized by their government that will happily step in the void. Oh, one more thing. Have you noticed the wealth created by these companies? Do you think it's all being hoarded by the execs? No. You could own the stocks right alongside them. In fact, as I tell CNBC Investing Club members daily, you should. Bottom line, I find this endless string of government investigations wrong-headed, pointless, and frankly, even anti-American. Sadly, it's the American government so upset at the power of these companies that's insisting the tech titans should simply be less good. To which I say, good for who? Good for what? Certainly not us. Let's go to Dan in Georgia, please. Dan.
Hey, Jim.
Dan, what's happening?
You know, I'm going to ask you the same thing. What's going on over in Magenta Land? My T-Mobile stock has been killing it all year. And
look, that's Sievert. Sievert's the real deal. They have a great team. That team works for them every minute. They're going to sell a lot of Apple iPhones, too. I think that T-Mobile, one of my great regrets for the charitable trust is that every time it went down, I should have pulled the trigger, and I didn't, and it's going higher. Let's go to Gary in West Virginia. Gary.
Booyah, Jim.
Booyah, Gary.
Thanks for helping us little guys.
Everybody's little. In the end, everybody. What's up?
Hey, how about Ford? I bought it at 12. Had it a while now. Should I keep holding it or should I get out?
I kind of gave up on Ford. They're not buying back stock. If the company was really as cheap as I thought it was, they would have been buying back stock hand over fist the way Mary Barr did over GM. I picked the wrong horse. Sometimes that happens. All right. Look, these big tech companies are the envy of the world, and I find the constant government investigation into them wrong, pointless, and yes, I'll say it, anti-American. On My Money Tonight, PepsiCo got slammed in the pre-market yesterday after this report, but it finished the day up to 2%. So what's behind the action? Strange action, right? Where do I come down on the name? I'm going to give you my take. Then we're continuing our series on the companies that passed the yield, earnings growth, and valuation YEV test by discussing two more that we think could work well in this tape. And we got back up on our homework a little bit, so no more procrastinating. I'm turning my thesis on an energy stock that you called about. So stay with Cramer.
Don't miss a second of Mad Money. Follow @Jim Cramer on X. Have a question? Tweet Cramer. #MadMentions. Send Jim an email to madmoney@cnbc.com or give us a call at 1-800-743-CNBC. Miss something? Head to madmoney.cnbc.com.